everybody. Scoony007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 13-8 Florida Marlins taking on the 9-12 Atlanta Braves. This is game 2 of a 2-game series between the Marlins and the Braves. The Marlins winning the first game of the series. Braves looking to split the series, take one. But who's going to come out on top? Will it be the Marlins? Will it be the Braves? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And let's take a look at the starting lineup of the Florida Marlins. Leading off the shortstop, Hanley Ramirez, batting second. The second baseman, Dan Uggla. Batting third, the right fielder, Jeremy Hermania. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Josh Willingham. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Mike Jacobs. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Cody Ross. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Wes Helms. Batting eighth, the catcher, Mike Roberto. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Buke Bendenhop. On the mound for the Braves, it is Chuck James who will come into the game with a 10.52 ERA. Excuse me there. Excuse me. No wins, 1 loss. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings. Allowed 9 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 12 walks. We're here at Turner Field, which gives a -1 to strikeouts, but a +2 to walks. And we're ready to start as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. And Hanley Ramirez steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .349, and here is the first pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5, strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 5. Struck him out. And that's going to be 1 away. And let's take a look at the starting defense for the Atlanta Braves. Diaz out there in left field. Blanco will be in center. Francoeur at right. Going around the horn, Jones at third. Escobar at short. Johnson's on second. Teixeira at first. Pecan behind the plate. And James is on the mound. Dan Uggla batting a .324. The pitch, 2-4. Column 2, row 4, home run on a 1-4. The 8 is too high. 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That's going to be a double into right field. Into left field to Diaz. And with that, Dan is safe with a double. Next up, Jeremy Hermania, batting a .280. Runner on second. Strategy roll is a 10. The infield is at normal depth. And here is the pitch. 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-12, the 13 is too high. 6-2, column 6, row 2, double star 3. And that's going to be a fly ball back there to Blanco. Blanco goes back. A little bit moves over. Diaz coming over to... And that is an out. Dan will hold at second. And ball's hit to F8. We subtract 2 from the base run rating. Blanco will add a +1 to that. Gives it a 2. That is a 5. So the 5 is higher than the 2, so he'll hold. Two outs, runner on second. We add a +1 to the base run rating whenever we have 2 outs. Strategy roll is a 15. And next up, it's Josh Willingham, batting a .333, and here is the pitch. And I apologize there, folks. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a blank. 2-6. Column 2, row 6. Fly ball back there to Diaz. He'll go back. Make the catch, and out number 3. That will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Leading off, the second baseman, Kelly Johnson. Batting second, the shortstop, Yonel Escobar. Batting third, the third baseman, Chipper Jones. Excuse me there. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Mark Teixeira. Batting fifth, the catcher, Brian McCann. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jeff Francoeur. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Matt Diaz. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Jorge Blanco. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Chuck James. On the mound for the Marlins, it is Buke Bendenhop. Comes into the game with a 7.50 ERA. No wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 12 innings, allowed 17 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Kelly Johnson batting a .270, and here is the pitch. 4-5. Column 4, row 5, that is a walk. On a 1-12, the 15 is too high. 4-1, column 4, row 1, it's going to be a single past second base. And with that, Kelly Johnson will get on leads off with a base hit. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Florida Marlins. Willingham will be out there in left field. Ross at center. Hermania at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Helms on third. Ramirez will be playing short. Dan is at second. Jacobs on first. Roberto will be behind the plate. And Bendenhop on the mound. Escobar batting a .330. Strategy roll is a 13, and here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5, double question mark. It's a single and a 1-5. That is a 10. Now, double question mark, when that is rolled, that is the only roll we acknowledge, even when the pitcher is not tired. 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a single pass for Mania. So now, with Escobar will take first. Johnson goes to second, but does Johnson pick up the other base? He does. Runner advances, no throw if it's a 6 or higher. Johnson will go to third. Escobar will hold at first. So the roll is a 6. All runners hold. Braves got runners on the corner, the infield playing in. Chipper Jones up. He's batting a .341. Strategy roll is a 4. And here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a blank. Now, Chipper Jones is a switch hitter. Today he's batting left. So on the pitcher card, we're going to look to the left-handed side of that slash. So that's why it's a blank. Jones, 5-2. Column 5, row 2. It's a single out there into left field. Well, it's a blooper. And with that, the Braves get on the board. It's an RBI single by Chipper Jones. Escobar goes to second. He'll hold. Strategy roll is the die roll for runner advancement is a 1. So we check the second die. That is a 4. But according to the adjusted base run rating here, if the ABR is less than 1, the runner holds. So with that, Escobar will hold at second. One out, runners on first and second. Infield's now at double play, moves to double play depth. Strategy roll is a 9. Braves holding off. Mark Teixeira batting a .213. And here is the pitch. 3-4. Column 3, row 4, is the at symbol for the result. Anytime you roll the at, anytime the at symbol is your result on the pitcher card, you resolve the play off of the ballpark card. So we're going to go to Turner Field, and here is the play for Teixeira. 6-6, column 6, row 6, fly ball back there to Ross. He'll make the catch. Escobar will hold, and that'll put one away. Brian McCann up. He's batting a .239. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime a 20 comes up on your strategy roll, it's a pickoff attempt. Buick does not pick anybody off. We'll still show it off. It's an 8. Infield still at double play depth. 2-1. Column 2, row 1. That is a walk. On a 1-12, that is a 4. And that is going to be a walk. So with that, the bases are loaded for the Braves. Jeff Francoeur up, batting a .289. Excuse me there. Strategy roll 9. Braves holding off. Infield playing in. 4-5. Column 4. Row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-9, that is a 2, and they're going to walk in a run. They'll walk it around, and here comes Matt Diaz. Still one out, and the bases are still loaded, and the infield now goes to normal depth. Matt Diaz up, batting a .209. Strategy roll was a 5. Braves holding off. And the pitch. 5-4. Column 5, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1-6, the 10 is too high. 1-5. Column 1, row 5. Ground ball to the shortstop to Ramirez. He'll make the play. Now, are they going to go for the double play? No. So the out is at first. Jones will score. Kahn goes to third, and Francoeur will go to second with the out being at first. It's now 3-0 Braves, and Jorge Blanco now up. Blanco batting a .240, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus result, we're going to add 10 to the walk rating, plus the 2 from the ballpark. That's going to be a 28. That is a 20, and that is going to be a walk. So with that, the bases are loaded, and here comes Chuck James. And the strategy roll is a 19, and here is the pitch. To James, 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a blank. James, 1-6, column 1, row 6, double star 1. It's going to be a ground ball down the first baseline to Jacobs. Jacobs will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and the bases loaded for the Braves. After 1, it's Braves 3, Marlins nothing. We go to the top of the second. Mike Jacobs, Cody Ross, and Wes Helms due up for the Marlins. Jacobs batting a .218, and here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That's going to be a hit by pitch. That's going to be an 11. Chuck James will add 10 to that. The 13 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Power hit to Francoeur. That is a 6. That's going to be good for a double. So it's a double on a roll of 4 to 11 on a D20. And with that, Mike Jacobs will lead off with a double. Cody Ross up. Ross batting a .471. Strategy roll is a 15, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3. Column 6, row 3. That is a walk on a 1 to 8. The 11 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's going to be a ground ball to Teixeira. He'll make the play. And with that, ball runners will advance when balls hit to first, second, or the catcher. So in this case, it's hit to Teixeira. Jacobs will go to third, and we now have a runner in scoring position. So 1 out and a runner on third. Strategy roll is a 9. Wes Helms batting a .313. And here is the pitch. Infield normal depth, by the way. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Hit by pitch. That's going to be a 20. That is a 19. And Chuck James beans him by accident. It hits him on the foot. So with that, Helms is awarded first. And with that, Mike Roberto is up. And the coach comes out real quick to check on him, make sure he's okay. As Mike Roberto steps up into the batter's box. Gives the thumbs up symbol, everything's good. And we're ready to, and we can continue. Mike Roberto batting a .226. Strategy roll is a 7. Marlins holding off. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a walk. It's a walk plus, so remember, we're adding 12 to that range. That is a 19. That is a 10. And that's going to be good for a walk. So the bases are loaded, and with that, Buke Bendenhop comes up. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 5. Marlins holding off. 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? Now, on a range play, that's going to be the first number we check. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to go out there to Escobar. His range is on a 1 to 3. It's a 2. It's a ground ball to Escobar. That is a 2. He'll make the play. Now, are they going to go for the double play from second to first? They are. So with that, it is a 1. That's going to be higher than the ground double play rating on that. That is a 0. So, runner on third forced home. A roll. Nope. If the roll is equal to or less than the ground double play. No, it is not. The roll is higher on third. No, it is not. So, what happens here is it's one of those things that's not explained here. So, let me explain it. Base run rating is a 1-2-1 for Jacobs, Helms, and Roberto. We rolled for the double play. 0, -1, 0 gives it a 0. Can't go lower than 0. It's a G6, so the pivot is going to be Johnson on that. Johnson is a 0. Ground double play rating is a 0. Remember, we always roll 1d6 against that. Now, the rule states, if the roll is greater than the runner on third, it is a force out. It is not. It is equaled to that. So Jacobs will score. Helms goes to second. Goes to third. Roberto to first. And Bendenhop is out at first. So with that, the Marlins get on on the board. It's 3-1. And we go to the top of the order. Haley Ramirez up. 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. Strategy roll was a 12. And the pitch. 4-6. Column 4, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 18. That is a 1. That's going to be a walk. Marlins load the bases up. Dan is up. He's 1 for 1 with a double. Strategy roll is a 9. Marlins holding back. The pitch. 3-4. Column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 14. That is a 12. Struck him out. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on for the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the second, and it's the top of the order. Kelly Johnson, Escobar, and Chipper Jones due up for the Braves. Kelly Johnson 1 for 1 today with a run scored, and here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2. Possible error on a throw. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is going to be a double out there into center field to Ross. Error range for Ross is a 0. That's going to be a 14. It's a throw. Remember, it's an error. It's an error on a possible throw. So we are looking at the number in the bracket for the error rating. So that's what we do there for that. Throwing only applicable if rolling for runner advancement. Otherwise, no error.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
And with that, Kelly Johnson will lead off with a base hit. Leads off with a double. It's a steal attempt. +1, that makes it a +2. That's going to make it a 15 or less. They're going to send him. It's a 13, sorry. That is a 5. So he'll steal third. And with that, Escobar 1 for 1 with a run scored. 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? 3-1, column 3, row 1. Double star 6. It's a fly ball to Ross. His range is a 3. That is a 6. He can't make it. It's going to be good for a double. Johnson scores. And it's 4-1 Braves. And an RBI double by Escobar. Chipper Jones is up. He's 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 6. 3-5, column 3, row 5. Strikeout on a 1 to 7. That is a 3. Struck him out. And that puts 1 away. Mark Teixeira, 0 for 1. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll 7. Braves holding off still. 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Possible error. 4-3. Column 4, row 3. That's a fly ball back there to Ross. Error range is a 0. That is a 5. He'll make the catch. No error there. And with that, Escobar will hold. Remember, we subtract 2 from the base run rating on that. And the roll is a 2. So no dice there. He holds. By the way, Ross is 2 for 8 on his range plays. He's 25%. Brian McCann with a walk. Strategy roll is a walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 15. 2 outs, runner on second. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a blank. 2-5, column 2, row 5. Line drive down the third baseline to Helms. Helms will make the catch. And that will retire the... And that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Braves after 2. Braves 4, Marlins 1. We go to the top of the third. Jeremy Hermania, Josh Willingham, and Mike Jacobs due up for the Marlins. Hermania 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 5-2. Column 5, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-9. The 13 is too high. 2-1. Column 2, row 1. Ground ball to Johnson. Johnson will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Josh Willingham 0 for 1 and the pitch. 1-5. Column 1, row 5. Walk plus. Remember, we add 12. That's a 29. The 15 is in range. And that's going to be good for a walk. That's the third walk allowed for the game. And with that, Mike Jacobs, who is 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 2. It's a hit and run attempt. So hit and runs work like this. All ground double plays will get a -2. Base run ratings get a +2. Home run and walk ratings are cut in half, and we round those down. All lineouts are considered double plays, and if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Jacobs, 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 2, and here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-19. That is a 12, and that is going to be good for a walk. So with that, runners on second and first and second. Strategy roll is a 20. It's a pickoff attempt. Chuck James doesn't pick anyone off. We'll still show it off. It is an 8. Cody Ross 0 for 1. Infield double play depth with 1 out, and here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Strikeout on a 1-8. That is a 2. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Wes Helms, 0 for 0, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 3. 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? 3-1, column 3, row 1. It goes to Jones. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 6. It scoots right by his glove. He goes diving for it, and his and his glove nicks it out there into the outfield. And he can't make the play in time, and with that, Willingham will go to third. Jacobs to second. Helms on first. The bases are loaded. We'll check to see for extra bases. First of all, we go for Josh Willingham. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 5-6. It's a 3. The stop sign goes up. Bases are loaded. Mike Roberto is up. He's walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 3, and here is the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. Roberto. 4-1, column 4, row 1. Double star 2. It's going to be a 5-ball back there to Blanco. Blanco goes back, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Marlins once again leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the third. Jeff Francoeur, Matt Diaz, and Jorge Blanco due up for the Braves. Taking a look at Buke Bendenhop, he can face 8 more batters before he's considered tired. And next up, it's going to be Jeff Francoeur with a walk and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 5-5, column 5, row 5, possible error. 3-4, column 3, row 4, ground ball to Helms. His error range is on a 1-2. That is a 1. It's an error. What type of error does he commit? He'll boot the ball. It's a 1-base error. He throws it wide to Jacobs, who can't hang on to it. And Francoeur is on. Mark that one down as an E5. Pickoff attempt. Matt Diaz is up. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Strategy. Pickoff attempt roll was a 4. Remember, Bendenhop doesn't pick anyone off. Double play depth for the defense. 3-2. Column 3, row 2. It's going to be an error on a possible throw. 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Fly ball back there to Hermania. And that is going to be out number 1 away. And that is going to bring up Jorge Blanco. Blanco walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 9 with the infield still at double play depth. Rhino on first, and here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5, strikeout on a 1-10. The 19 is too high. 6-1, column 6, row 1, double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Ross. Ross will make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. Chuck James up. James is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 6. And here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a blank. James. 4-6, column 4, row 6. Ground ball to Helms. And Helms will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and the Braves will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom after 3. It's Braves 4, Marlins 1. We go to the top of the 4th. Buke Bendenhop, Hanley Ramirez, and Dan Uggla due up for the Marlins. Buke Bendenhop, 0 for 1 with an RBI, and here is the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4, strikeout on a 1-22. That is a 19. Struck him out. Top of the order, Hanley Ramirez, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-18. The 13 in range, and that's going to be good for a walk. That's his 5th walk allowed of the game. Dan, 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 13, and here is the pitch. 4-4, possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. Double star 6, it's going to be a ground ball to Teixeira. Remember, we are checking an error range. That is a 3. That is a 6. 14 is too high. No error there. And that is going to be an out. Ramirez will go to... We are going to check now for the double play rating. That's going to be a -1. That makes it a 2. It's a 0 from Chuck James. That is a 3. That ties Ramirez, so it is a fielder's choice. Ramirez safe on second with the out at first. Jeremy Hermania 0 for 2. 2 outs, runner on second. Strategy roll is a 14, infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3. Row 6, strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 4. Struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and the Marlins will leave one stranded. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Kelly Johnson, Escobar, and Chipper Jones due up for the Braves. Bottom of the fourth, top of the order, Kelly Johnson up. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a 2-run scored. And here is the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 12, that is a 12, and that's going to be good for a walk. By the way, Butte can face 4 more batters before he's considered tired. Runner on first, strategy roll is a 16. Escobar up. He's 2 for 2 today with a double, a run, and an RBI. Infield play and at double play depth. And here is the pitch. Braves holding off. Strategy roll is a 16, 3-5. Column 3, row 5. Strikeout on a 1 to 6. The 16 is too high. Does not strike him out. Here's the response, 3-2-3. Column 2, row 3. It's a single past the shortstop, past Ramirez. Excuse me there. And Kelly Johnson will go to second. He'll hold. He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 5 and 6. That is a 3. He'll hold. Next up, it's Chipper Jones, who's 1 for 2 today with a strikeout, a run, RBI. Strategy roll is an 18. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, strikeout on a 1 to 7. The 12 is too high. 4-3, column 4, row 3, fly ball back there to right field. Hermania going back, makes the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Johnson will hold at second. So, excuse me there. On an F9, we subtract 1 from the base run rating, gives him a 3. Die roll is a 6, he'll hold. Teixeira is up. He's 0 for 2 today. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Strategy roll is an 11. Bendahop can face 1 more batter before he's considered tired. Here's the pitch. Teixeira. 4-6. Column 4. Row 6. That is a blank. 6-1. Column 6. Row 1. Ground ball to the shortstop to Ramirez. He'll make the catch. And with that, let's see, 0 minus 1 makes it a 2. That is a 3. Johnson will advance to third. Escobar has a base run rating of a 2. That is a 3. He's forced out at second. And with that, Teixeira is on by fielder's choice. So 2 outs. Runners on the corner. Brian McCann is up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy roll is a 4, and here is the pitch. Bendahop tired. They are going to leave him in. He just needs 1 more out. 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That's going to be a range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Turner Field. And that is going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2. Ground ball to Jacobs, whose range is on a 1 to 2. That is a 5. It'll slip past his glove. That's going to be good for a single. Johnson scores. Teixeira will go to second. Does he pick up third? Does he pick up the extra base? He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 2 through 6. Base run rating is a 3. And once again, we have runners on the corners. Bullpen for the Braves starting to warm up. For the Marlins starting to warm up. They're going to give him 1 more batter. And here is the pitch. Francoeur 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a blank. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Double star 6. It's a fly ball back there to Ross. Ross sees it, gets under it, and it goes plop. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. After 4, it's Braves 5, Marlins 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Josh Willingham, Mike Jacobs, and Cody Ross due up for the Marlins. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Braves. So Chuck James is tired. He is going to be relieved. And they're going to bring in Jorge Campanello. That is his card. Campanello going to come into the game. Yeah, he'll come into the game with a 0.97 ERA. 1 win, 1 loss. He's pitched 9 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Chuck James. He went 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 7.70. And Jorge warms up a little bit on the mound as Josh Willingham walks up to the batter's box. Willingham 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Home run chance on a 1-8. That is a 1. We need a 12 or less. It's a 1. Willingham smacks one out of here, and that ball is gone. See you later. And with that, the Marlins strike the lead down to 3. And he'll smack that one dead center. Blanco goes chasing after it, runs into the wall, and it will smack into the center field area underneath the Jumbotron. So it's 5-2. Marlins down by 3 on a solo home run by Josh Willingham. It's his 6th home run of the replay. And with that, Jorge Campanello comes into the game and he gives up smacks off a home, lets the Marlins smack off a home run. Mike Jacobs 1 for 1 with a double, a run, a walk, and a run. And here is the pitch. Nobody on. Infield at normal depth. 4-2, column 4, row 2. That's a strikeout on a 1-10. That is a 1. Excuse me there. Struck him out. Next up, Cody Ross. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. Ross 3-3. Column 3, row 3, strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 4. Struck him out. And with that 2 away, here comes Wes Helms. Helms is 1 for 1. And the pitch. Pitch to Helms, 6-4. Column 6, row 4, strikeout on a 1-12. The 14 is too high. 3-1, column 3, row 1. It's a single down the third baseline. And with that, Helms is on with a base hit. Mike Roberto 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy rolls a 13, and here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3. Row 6, that is a walk. On a 1-9, the 19 is too high. 6-2, column 6, row 2. Line drive past Escobar. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. You go to the bottom of the fifth. Matt Diaz, Jorge Blanco, and Jorge Campanello due up for the Braves. Diaz, with that Buke Bender-Hop done as well. Bender-Hop going to get the pull. And with that, Marlins going to go to the bullpen. And they are going to bring in Justin Miller. That is his card. Miller going to come in. It's Miller time. He comes into the game with a 3.60. He no wins, 1 loss. He's pitched 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. Take a look at the stats here for Buke. He went 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 8.44. Matt Diaz, Jorge Blanco, and Jorge Campanello due up for the Braves. 7, 8, and 9. Diaz 0 for 2 with an RBI. The pitch. That's going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. Strikeout on a 1-16. That is a 16. Struck him out. Jorge Blanco 0 for 1 with a walk. 1 away. And that is going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2. That is a blank. Blanco being a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we look to the left-handed side of the slash. 6-6. Column 6, row 6. Fly ball back there to center field. Ross goes underneath it. Makes the catch and puts 2 away. Jorge Campanello due up. Campanello going to take the hit. Here's the pitch. He's batting a 250. 5-1. Column 5, row 1. That's a strikeout on a 1-19. The 13 is in range. Struck him out. So the Marlins retired the Braves in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, it's Braves 5, Marlins 2. We go to the top of the 6th. Justin Miller, Haley Ramirez, and Dan Uggla due up for the Marlins. Dan Miller not going to take the hit here. And we're going to bring in Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to come in to pinch hit. Comes in the game with a 1.72 ERA. And here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a wild pitch. It's a foul ball as Lewis smacks it foul into the stands. We're going to re-roll. 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1-5, the 6 is too high. By the way, Jorge can face 5 more batters before he's considered tired. 2-4. Column 2, row 4. Double star 2. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Blanco. Blanco gets underneath it. And that puts 1 away. Top of the order, Haley Ramirez, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, steps up. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a blank. 4-3, sorry. Column 4, row 3, double star 1. Fly ball back there to Diaz. Diaz goes back, eyes it up as he smacks it into shallow left field, and that puts 2 away. Dan Uggla, he's 1 for 3 today with a double and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 5-2, column 5, row 2. Home run on a 1-20. That is a 4. And that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Dan Uggla. As the Marlins cut the lead down to 2, it's 5-3. And that is his 7th home run of the game. The second home run Jorge has given up. Bullpen for the Braves starting to warm up. Jeremy is up. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4, hit by pitch. That makes it a 1. Jorge will give a -8. The 5 is too high. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That's going to be good for a double. Jorge is a right-handed pitcher, so on the batter card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. And with that, Romania is odd. Tying run at the plate. And here comes Josh Willingham. He's 1 for 2 today with a home run, a walk, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 6, and here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Home run chance on a 1-8. That is a 5. It's a 15. It's too high. 5-4, column 5, row 4. It's going to be a single past the third baseline. And with that, Romania would take third. Willingham goes to first. And the stop sign goes up. They'll hold him at the corners. Otherwise, Romania would advance at a 5-6, but the base run rating is a 3. Mike Jacobs, 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 4. And here is the pitch. Jorge still going. 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-10. That is a 3. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. On top of the order for the Braves, Kelly Johnson, Escobar, and Chipper Jones due up. Marlins going back to their bullpen, and they are going to bring in they're going to bring in Logan Kinsing. That is his card. Kinsing will come into the game with a 9.0 ERA. No wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 6 walks. By the way, taking a look at the box score here, at the stats for Justin Miller, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of a 3.0. Top of the order, Johnson 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Braves. Kelly Johnson 2 for 2 with a double, a walk, and 3 runs scored. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. That is a double star. Now, in the actual game, when you roll a double star off the pitcher card, you're going to roll 1d6 to determine what the auto out is. In the PC game, it'll randomly do it. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Romania. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Escobar is 3 for 3 today with a double, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Turner Field. 2-4, column 2, row 4. It's a ground ball to Helms. Helms will make the catch, throw it over to Jacobs. and that'll be 2 away. Chipper Jones, 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Jones, 4-4, column 4, row 4. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's a double out there in the center field to Ross. Error range is a 0. That is a 6. No error there.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
And it's a one hopper off the wall. And with that, Jones is on with a double. Mark Teixeira, 0 for 3. Strategy roll is a 2, and here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, strikeout. On a 1-8, the 20 is too high. Teixeira, 2-4, column 2, row 4. Ground ball to second base. Dan will make the catch there, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Braves. After 6, it's Braves 5, Marlins 3. We go to the top of the 7th. Cody Ross, Wes Helms, and Mike Roberto due up for the Marlins. Jorge coming out of the game, so we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Marlins. And let's see, who are they going to bring in? Where are they at in the lineup? They're on the 5th. So we're going to go with... They're going to bring in Manny Acosta. That is his card. Acosta will come into the game now. Comes into the game with a 7.14 ERA. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And with that, let's take a look at the stats here for Jorge Campanella. He went 2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. Allowed 2 home runs, an ERA of a 2.39. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Marlins. Cody Ross is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Is Cody going to take the hit? He is. Yep, Cody is going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, strikeout on a 1-11. The 12 is too high. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Fly ball back there to Diaz. Diaz goes underneath it, makes the catch. And that will retire, and that retires 1. Wes Helms, 2 for 2, and here is the pitch. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Double star. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Diaz. He'll get underneath it. And Diaz will make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Mike Roberto is 0 for 2 with a walk. And here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Wild pitch. It's a foul ball. We're going to re-roll the dice. And with that, it's going to be 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a blank. So we consider that a blank right now because Acosta is not tired. 4-3, column 4, row 3. Power hit to Blanco. That is a 1. On a 1-12, it's a single. And he'll smack a single out there into center field. Roberto is on, and that's going to bring up Logan Hinsky. Logan not going to take the hit. They're going to bring in Brett Carroll. Carroll going to take the hit here. No average yet for him. He's got 10 games and 10 at bats. Had one score. 6-4. Column 6, row 4. Strikeout on a 1-15. That is an 11. Struck him out. As we sing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." No runs, one hit, no errors, and one left on for the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Brian McCann, Jeff Francoeur, and Matt Diaz due up for the Braves. And once again, the Marlins going back to their bullpen. And they are going to bring in... They're going to bring in Doug Weekcatcher. Yep. Doug's going to come in for this inning. That is his card. He'll come into the game with a 2.70. 1 win, 1 loss. He's pitched 10 innings, allowed 11 hits, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. Brian McCann, Jeff Francoeur, and Matt Diaz due up. Let's take a look at the stats here for Logan Kinsing. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of an 8.0. Let's take a look at the box score real quick before we start the bottom half of the 7th. After 6.5 had been played here at Turner Field, the Marlins scored a run in the 2nd, a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, 3 runs on 9 hits. They've committed 1 error. The Atlanta Braves came out strong. They scored 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, a run in the 2nd, a run in the 4th, 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. 17 hits between both teams so far as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Brian McCann 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6, that is a blank. 4-5, column 4, row 5, fly ball back to Ross. Ross goes underneath it, makes the catch, and that puts 1 away. Jeff Francoeur 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. The pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4, that is a blank. Francoeur, 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a line drive back up to the pitcher, to Weekcatcher, to Doug. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Jacobs. And that'll be out number 2. Matt Diaz, 0 for 3 with a strikeout and an RBI. Diaz going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5, strikeout on a 1-16. That is a 2. Struck him out. So the Braves go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, it's Braves 5, Marlins 3. We go to the top of the 8th, and it's the top of the order. Hanley Ramirez, Dan Uggla, and Jeremy Hermania due up for the Marlins. And with that, Acosta can face one more batter, but they are not going to send him back out there. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the for the Braves. And they are going to send out Will Oman. That is his card. Oman will come into the game. No ERA. He's pitched 1 game, got 1 save, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. Take a look at the stats here from Manny Acosta. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout. Had 1 strikeout, 6.17 ERA. And with that, Hanley Ramirez, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout, they are going to let him take the hit, and here is the pitch. Excuse me there. 3-4. Column 3, row 4, strikeout on a 1-13, 17 too high. Marlins down by 2. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Fly ball back there to Blanco. Blanco will make the catch. And that will put 1 away. Dan Uga, 2 for 4 today with a double, a home run, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch to Dan. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-15. The 16 is too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4. Line drive down the third baseline to Jones. Jones will make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. Jeremy Hermania, 1 for 4 with a double and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1-19. That is a 3. Struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Braves retire the Marlins in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Jorge Blanco, Will O'Herman, and Kelly Johnson due up. Doug Weeketcher going back out there. He can face 3 more batters. Blanco, 0 for 2 with a walk, and here is the pitch. Blanco going to take the hit, and that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? 5-4, column 5, row 4. Pop up the Helms. His error range is on a 1-2. It's a 15, no error there. Helms will make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Will not going to take the hit here. So they're going to send in Josh Anderson. Anderson going to take the hit here. He's batting a 182, and here is the pitch. 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That's going to be a walk on a 1-8. The 9 is too high. Just a little bit by 1. 2-1. Column 2, row 1. Double star 3. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Ross. Ross sees it, gets underneath it, makes the catch, and puts 2 away. Top of the order, Kelly Johnson. 2 for 3 with a double, a walk, and 3 runs. And here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Walk on a 1-12. The 14 is too high. 4-5, column 4, row 5. Fly ball back there to Ross. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. And with that, they are going to bring in Mike Gonzalez for the save. Actually, they're going to bring in Jeff Bennett. Bennett will come in for the save. That is his card. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After and none left on. Easy inning to score there as the Braves retire the Marlins in order. We go after 8. It's Braves 5, Marlins 3. We go to the top of the 9th. Josh Willingham, Mike Jacobs, Cody Ross due up for the Marlins. Let's take a look at the Jeff Bennett, who'll come into the game now on the mound warming up. Comes into the game with a 6.74 ERA, 1 win, 3 losses, 1 save. He's pitched 18 2/3 innings, allowed 25 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Josh Willingham, so he's going to face 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Josh Willingham, Mike Jacobs, and Cody Ross due up for the Marlins. Let's take a look at the stats real quick for Josh Oman. He went 1 inning, had 1 strikeout, no ERA. Let's take a look at the box score real quick of the game. After 8 have been played, the Marlins scored a run in the second, a run in the fifth, a run in the sixth, 3 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The Braves scored 3 in the first, a run in the second, a run in the fourth, 5 runs on 8 hits, and no errors. Marlins down by 2. 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Josh Willingham, who is 2 for 3 today with a home run, a walk, a run, and an RBI, gonna take the hit, and here is the pitch to Josh. 2-2, column 2, row 2, strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 9. Struck him out. So 1 away. Mike Jacobs, 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a run. And here is the pitch. 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a hit by pitch. Bennett will give a +10 to that, making it an 11. The roll is a 6. He'll get hit. And with that, Jacobs will take first. So what they're going to do is they are going to bring in a pinched runner for him. And Jacobs is a first baseman. However, they are going to bring in Cameron Maben to pinch run here. Cody Ross 0 for 4. Ross not going to take the hit. And they're going to bring in Alfredo, the only switch hitter. So he's batting left. Alfredo batting a .275. And here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's a strikeout on a 1-6, the 11. Too high. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Fly ball back there to Diaz. Diaz goes underneath it. And that'll put 2 away. By the way, no strategy rolls are turned off. The reason is, difference is a 2. We add the 2 to the 9, making it an 11. Remember, if the number is higher than 10, there is no strategy. Infield at normal depth. Wes Helms is up. He's 2 for 3. And the Marlins are down to the last out. Here is the pitch. 6-4, column 6, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. 3-2, column 3, row 2. Power hit to Francoeur. That is an 11 on a 9-12. It's a fly out. Francoeur goes back to the track, runs into the wall, makes the catch. And that's the game. As the Atlanta Braves defeat the Florida Marlins 5-3. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Final line score coming right up. So the Atlanta Braves defeat the Florida Marlins 5-3. Marlins 3 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. The Braves 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Jorge Campanella will pick up his second win. Buke Benderhop picks up his second loss. Jeff Bennett will get his second save. Dan Uga will hit his 7th home run of the replay, and Josh Willingham will hit his 6th home run of the replay. Take a look at the stats here for Jorge Campanella. Picks up the win. He went 2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs, an ERA of a 2.39. Buke Benderhop, who will pick up the second loss, he went 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 1 strikeout, an ERA of an 8.44. And Doug Weeketcher, the last pitcher up for the Marlins, he went 2 innings, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 2.25. Jeff Bennett, who will pick up the save, He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, gave up 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 6.40. So that is going to do it for us here at Turner Field, as the Marlins will drop to 13-9, and the Braves will improve to 10-12. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scooney007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.